Hey, welcome back to Crack's Country Cooking. I'm Ben. Today I'm going to show you how I made this delicious Thanksgiving dinner. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is remove this stupid thing. They don't work right. Just throw that right out. Take the tail off. Set that aside. We're going to spatchcock it, so we're going to take the spine out of this. You can use scissors, you can use a knife. I like to use scissors because I can control it better. Just go right down either side of the spine. Jesus. Alright, so it should look like that. Now you're going to want to take a knife and cut right here. You're going to put kosher salt into a separate container so there's no cross contamination. And you really want to season this well. Turkey is pretty bland. This one's pre-brined, but I've never over salted the turkey doing it this way. Flip the turkey over. You're going to take the wings and tuck them behind the breast. Season it with salt. So now we can place this in the fridge overnight. It'll make the skin dry right out. All the salt will penetrate the meat, crisp up the skin. Throw our spine in, the tail, the neck. After a few minutes, flip everything. We can throw in our vegetables, our mirepoix, then 4 quarts of water. Let that simmer for 2 to 3 hours. Use sourdough if you can. Buy it not sliced if you can, but this is all I could get today. I would make my own bread, but I'm a little crazy right now with time. So we're going to cube this up. Oh, that sucked. Alright, cut my finger, so now I gotta wear gloves. Not perfectly even cubed, but this will work. Now we're gonna drizzle with olive oil. Give it a nice toss. Now place these on a foil wrapped baking sheet. Put them in the oven at 350 degrees for 30 minutes. Pour that into a bowl and set that aside. In a large pan, we're gonna melt a stick and a half of butter. Add 1 large onion. Give that a good mix. Now we'll add our celery. Let that cook until the onions start to get translucent. Be a couple minutes. Okay, now we can add our garlic. Give that a mix. We'll add a tablespoon of Italian seasoning. Our sage, thyme, rosemary, and a 1.5 cups of low sodium chicken stock if you don't have homemade. Bring that to a simmer. Now spray your cooking vessel down with some high temp cooking spray. Pour in our bread and our vegetables. Give that a toss. Now in a container, take 2 eggs, 1/2 cup of chicken stock, mix them together, and then you pour that over top. Give that one more stir. Now we'll place this in the bottom rack. We gotta let this go for 30 minutes. Now take some room temperature butter, some salt, pepper, garlic, and poultry seasoning. Give that a nice mix with a fork. And we'll set this aside for our turkey. Now it's time to get the turkey ready. Put some garlic, sage, thyme, rosemary. And we'll hit that with a little bit of olive oil. Now we're going to loosen up the skin. Now we're going to take our seasoned butter, work that under the skin. Don't forget the breast. Now we'll put the remaining on top. The butter's pretty soft, but the turkey's still pretty cold, so it'll solidify right on top there, make it kind of easy to spread. Just want to make sure it's evenly coated. Massage some of the butter underneath the skin. To keep an eye on our turkey, we're going to use the ThermoPro TempSpike. Take it out, insert it into the breast. That will take an ambient temperature and an internal temperature. It Bluetooth right to your phone will let you check on your temperatures. Now we'll place this in a 500-degree oven. Yes, 500 degrees. After 5 minutes, set it to 350, and it takes about an hour, hour and a half. Yeah, for a whole turkey. It's crazy. Okay, now we'll get our mashed potatoes ready. I do a 50-50 of russet and yellow potato. The russet is starchier, fluffier, but the yellow potato has more of a buttery, creamierness to it. So I like to use a 50-50, get the best of both worlds. Do yourself a favor, when peeling, put parchment paper down over your cutting board, peel onto that, then you can just pick the whole thing up and throw it out. Now place these right in a container of cold water. You can slice these a couple hours, 3-4 hours ahead of time. See? Easy. Now, you don't have to, but I'm going to use a potato ricer. Make the potatoes nice and fluffy, creamy, smooth. Put a couple spoonfuls in there and give it a squeeze. Just like that. Looks like little pieces of rice. Now I'll put in some black pepper. A generous amount of salt. Potatoes are pretty bland, they can take a lot of salt. Now 1 whole stick of melted butter. Mix. Half a cup of heavy cream and half a cup of sour cream. Give that a nice mix. Now I'll take my mashed potatoes and pour them into a separate baking dish. You make these potatoes the day before if you really want to. Smooth this out, make it nice and even. Sometimes what I like to do is I'll take a serving fork and I'll just kind of do this design. Doesn't take long to do. Just makes them look a little nicer. I'll also sprinkle some paprika over the top. Now place these in your fridge. When your turkey's done, throw them in the 350-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes and they'll be reheated back up and they look awesome. Now we can do our Brussels sprouts. Cut the tips off, cut them in half. Throw those in a bowl, throw those in the garbage. The Brussels sprouts will be one of the last things we cook, but you can pre-cut these, save time later. Now to our Brussels sprouts, we're going to add avocado oil, good amount of salt, some granulated garlic. Our turkey is done. It hit 158 degrees. It's coasting up to 165 now while it's resting. So we'll take our Brussels sprouts, we'll spread them out in a foil-lined sheet pan and put them under the broiler. The stuffing and the mashed potatoes are done, so we can pull those out and put those in. After a few hours, our stock is ready to be strained. So just scoop everything into a wire mesh strainer. Now we can pour our remaining stock through the fine mesh strainer. Set this aside for our gravy. So we're going to melt a stick of butter. It's half a cup of butter. Now our butter is melted, we can add in our flour to make our roux. And we'll let this cook out a little bit, get some of that raw flour flavor out of it. Also darken up our gravy. Now this is cooked out. I add 2 teaspoons of celery salt. Remember, we don't have any salt in our stock, so. Now we can add in 1/4 of our turkey stock. A little bit at a time. This is pretty thick. I like to add in 1/2 cup of heavy cream. Give that a mix. Now we can start adding more turkey stock to it. Now if you wanted a darker gravy, you can just cook that roux out longer, but I like the gravy like this. A little bit more. All right, now we'll let this keep on a light simmer. It'll thicken up a hair more. If you don't make it a little thin now, when we're ready for it, it'll be too thick. So this is perfect. Let's get our turkey ready. Turkey's done. Crispy skin. All right, let's get the other stuff out here and we'll eat. Okay, let's cut us up some breast. Take the thigh right out of here. Get a helping of our stuffing. Big helping of our mashed potatoes. Now we'll top everything off with our gravy. Look at that. That right there. All right, turkey. Juicy. That dry brine really lets the meat hold all its moisture. It's so good. It flavors it all the way through. Makes the skin nice and crispy. That seasoned butter we put under the skin, excellent. I mean, listen to this. This has gravy on it, but listen. Crunchy. Let's try this. Let's try the stuffing. It's really good. Try some of these mashed potatoes. Creamy. A little tang from the sour cream. Barely notice it. Now these Brussels sprouts. Cut them in half, season them with salt and garlic, toss them with some avocado oil, throw them under the broiler. Takes about 10-12 minutes. See that? That's all the flavor right there. Hit that like and subscribe button. If you like this video, please watch our past videos. We got more videos coming out every week. You can follow us on TikTok, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, YouTube, of course. Go to crackscountrycooking.com. We got recipes on there. We got seasonings, rubs, all sorts of stuff. All right, dinner time. See you. All right, we got a couple taste testers. They want to try some.
Not for babies.
Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Is it good?
Yeah.
Is that meat? Yeah. All right, what do you say after the video?
Like and subscribe.
Hit that like and subscribe button.
Subscribe button.
See, yep, subscribe button.
Subscribe button.
Say Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
You should try the special sprouts.
Yeah, I told them.